Hey, so I've been seriously considering selling my 2021 Tacoma, and I'm going to tell you in this video why I've been thinking about it. I've been looking at maybe selling it and doing some research on what I would get. I'm going to tell you why I've been thinking about it, and I'm going to give you a couple reasons why maybe this wouldn't be the best time to sell my Tacoma. We're going to get into that right now. Let's go. As I mentioned, I have, for about the last 30 days, been seriously considering selling my Tacoma. I've been doing some research and I've got some reasons behind it. What I've got is a 2021 TRD off-road metallic black. I love a lot of the mods that I've done to it. I love the look. I love the progress this truck has made. But let me tell you a couple reasons why I've started thinking about maybe selling it. One of the reasons is that we know that the new 4th gen Tacoma is coming out. Looks like it's going to be next year, so a 2024, which means in theory, those may become available late this year. This is a redesign for the Tacoma. That means the 3rd gen, as we know it, is going away, and the new 4th gen is coming in. That's pretty exciting to me. One thing I thought about, is this a good time to sell so that I'm in a position to be able to get me the 4th generation as soon as it's available? Can't afford 2 trucks. Could I go for a few months without a vehicle? I work from home, so that's probably something I could manage. Not preferable, but I could manage it. But that way I can sell this. I've got some pretty good money in it. The used car market is really high. That's one of the reasons. And then that would enable me to have some money to make a killer down payment on my next vehicle. Now, I'm not thinking about getting another truck of any kind. I'm thinking about getting another Toyota Tacoma. Love the Tacoma. Excited about the 4th gen. You know, one of the things about the 3rd gen is, while it's tried and true, when you get into it on the inside, it is very utilitarian. It is pretty basic. You know, I jump in my buddy's trucks. They've got different trucks, you name the manufacturer, and they're definitely a lot nicer. Now, it's whistles and bells, I get that, right? But if you look at just stuff like, you know, USB ports for people that are gonna be in the back that need to charge, a little more leg room in the back. If you just look at, you know, the console, you know, just all of the different features on the interior seem to be a little nicer in a lot of trucks out there. And I'm guessing the 4th gen Tacoma, we're gonna see more of those features get implemented. So if I sell mine now, that enables me to be in a spot to get the 4th gen Tacoma as soon as it becomes available. The problem with that is we don't know exactly when it will become available, number one. And number two, what if we don't like it? Like, what if I don't like the look of it? The thing about a 3rd gen Tacoma is I can keep this thing forever. I could go 20 more years with it, keep, you know, good maintenance, take care of it, and I could have this truck forever. So if I don't love how the 4th gen looks, which the look of the 3rd gen is one of the reasons I really wanted it. I like the look of the 3rd gen Tacoma. So, you know, there's pictures out there on the internet. We're starting to see some things leaked. We're starting to get some ideas, but we don't really have enough information. However, one of the things that I've really considered is, should I sell my 2021 and buy a 2023, the last year of 3rd gen? I love the 3rd gen Tacoma. It is tried and true, despite a lot of the basics that you find in the interior. That's one of the reasons, though, that I really think, well, should I upgrade now? Because then I've got a 2023, and now I can keep that one for, you know, 20 plus years, and I'm in a little bit newer model. Another reason I've looked at selling my Tacoma and buying a newer one, and I mentioned this in my 3 mod mistakes. I'll link that video up above, but I didn't really come in with a really thought out strategy for what I wanted to do for modding this Tacoma. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the mods that I've done. I love the look. I've blacked out a lot of the chrome. I've added a lot of blackout all over. I've added some accent colors in kind of the blue, similar to the voodoo blue. And so I've done all of these things to make it look great, but I didn't really go into the strategy for how I was gonna mod it. I just kind of threw it all together, right? Just doing one thing here or there. I would love to start over with a vision in mind from day one of what I want to take that truck to, how I want to mod it, and systematically how I want to get it there. Yes, I could actually rip everything off this one and start over with this one, but at that point, why not just sell this one, start out with a new one, clean slate the whole way? Another reason to sell is that the used car market is still pretty high, meaning the value of used cars has really been kept high over the last couple of years. We are seeing a little bit more, I don't know if it's less demand, but we are seeing more inventory out there. And as more inventory floods the market, then what that means is the value of used cars that it's been able to hold may decrease. So this might be the time when I can get the most out of my car. Now, technically with any used car, selling it now, you're always going to get more than if you sell it later, right? Depreciation's real when it comes to cars, and you got to factor in that. But the Tacoma, actually, the used car market, I could actually sell it for at least what I bought it for and maybe more because of when I bought it. And so I look at that and say, okay, if I can sell it for what I bought it for, driving it 18 months, 20,000 miles later, that might be worth selling it. The other reason to sell it is I would want to get a 2023, and the new market inventory is up. As I've been talking with a couple of local dealerships, I'm noticing that they have more inventory either in stock or more coming to them in a very, timely manner. And so that makes me say, this is a good time for me to look at getting a new one and also selling my current one. What are the reasons it might not be a good time to sell mine and to get a new one? Well, one of the reasons is I don't really want to be without a truck for any period of time. While I could manage it, it just is not ideal. It's not really what I want. As I'm looking at getting a new one in, there could be a gap between when I sell this one and when a new one becomes available to me, which means for some period of time, I may not have a vehicle. Now, if I find exactly what I want on a lot in stock, then I'm good, right? There's no real reason to worry about it. However, a lot of the dealerships I've been talking to, they've got some on hand, but they have far more that are already allotted to them. When I bought mine, it was like that. I put down a $500 deposit. It was a truck that was coming in, so I know it was allotted to them, and I was able to pick it up. No worries, no stress. It did take about 6 weeks, but the vehicle that I was selling, I actually had a buyer that wanted to hold off a little bit as well. So the timing of when that happened worked really, really nice for me. I don't know that that would be the case, and I'd prefer not to be without a vehicle. So unless I can find something in stock, if I'm going to have to wait on it, it might not be the best time for me to sell the one I've got. Along those same lines, I know what I want if I'm going to get a new Tacoma. I've got a couple of colors that I want. There's a couple colors that I just don't want. I don't like them. I don't love them. If I'm gonna buy a brand new truck, I don't want to just buy what's available out there. I really like the look of a lot of Tacomas and a lot of the colors, but that doesn't mean it's what I want for me. Let me just give you an example. I just don't love white trucks, and part of the reason is I see all of the city trucks all around my city. Every company, city, whatever it is, they all have white trucks. And then when I'm driving a white truck, I feel like it just kind of makes me look like it's a work truck, not a play truck. Is that kind of dumb? Yeah, absolutely kind of dumb. But for me, it's why I just don't love white trucks. So if I can't find the color I want, if I can't find the trim level I want, then I'm just not sure that it makes sense, because I'm not looking to just do this every couple of years. Again, there's some specific reasons why I think now is a good time, but I don't want to do this every couple of years. So I want to make sure if I pick up a 2023, it's going to be exactly what I want. When I weigh the pros and the cons up until this point, again, if I can find the color and the trim level that I'm looking for, then I really feel like it is a great time. I've been watching the used car market. I've been seeing what's going for sale, how much it's going for. I would probably just sell it myself instead of trading it in. When you're trading it in, sometimes mods actually work against you. Just some of my dealerships that I've talked to have said, well, you may want to just pull those off, or you can leave them on, but depending on what it is, you know, we might pull them off. Or it's just funny. They don't seem like they love it. They'd rather just kind of have it without some of the mods. Now, you know, like a running board or you know, something like that, they're okay with. But some of the other ones that are more specific details to me, they're probably going to want me to pull off. But and I can get more off of the private market, and that's how I've sold most of my cars. So when I look at all of that, I actually think that there's a lot of advantages to selling mine now and getting a new 2023 if I can find the right one. Now, there is one caveat to that, and it's really quick before I give you my last reason, and it's a big one. Do you have a Tacoma? Have you thought about selling it right now for some of the reasons I mentioned? Are you wanting to get into the new 4th gen? And so maybe you might wait till the end of the year and see if you can find a way to switch it out. Let me know in the comments below. And hey, while you're already at it, hit like and hit subscribe. Let's get some more viewers to the channel. The one hesitation that I still have, and that is that interest rates are much higher now than when I bought mine. In fact, when I look at where I would be at for current interest rates versus where I'm at now, it's almost twice as much. So it's funny because what I think I can sell mine for and what I can buy for, my new loan would actually be slightly less, just because of the money I put down on this one, because of the value it's maintained, which again, Toyota Tacoma, best truck you can have out there for holding its value anyway. But if my interest rate is higher, even for the same loan amount, that increases my monthly expense. And for most of us, financing it is really what we do, right? We're not just coming out with 40 grand and dropping it down and buying that. So looking at managing my monthly expenses and my monthly budget is the one hesitation that I still have. I am interested to know, if you're looking at getting a Tacoma, are you more likely to jump on the 3rd gen while it's still available? Or are you thinking maybe hold out and can maybe 6-8 months from now, maybe 2024 redesigned 4th gen comes available? Also, if you've got a Tacoma and you're looking at what mods do I want to do, what are some other options, let me give you a video here that you can check out that's going to go over all of my exterior mods to see if one of those might be worth it to you.